Hello and welcome to this recording. This is Lesson 8, Keystone Test Prep Booklet, pages 53 through 57. Part 3, Headings, Graphs, and Charts. This is not math, don't worry. Perhaps the best advice for answering questions that contain headings, graphs, and charts comes from the test makers themselves. This type of information is tested because you should be able to make connections and clarify, simplify, and organize complex texts. But what does that mean? Clarify, simplify, organize? Well, in many cases, the graphs and charts merely clarify and simplify the main idea of the selection. Again, there are two types of test questions. Let's learn a test trick. Question type 1. Consider the following two sample exam questions provided by the Pennsylvania Department of Education. Both of these questions are basically asking you to summarize the main point of the selection. Always look at the graphs and charts provided on the test. Ultimately, however, ask yourself, what was the main idea of what I just read? There is your answer. So the first question here, based on information in the chart and the passage, what conclusion can be made about butterflies? Well, we know that a conclusion is something that you can understand or figure out based on the information in the passage. And the second sample question, how does the chart help to clarify information in the passage? Question type 2. The other type of question found on the Keystone will basically ask you to select the answer that best supports the main idea. Therefore, the correct answer will always support the main idea. Consider the following question. From Case for Bike Share in New York City. Based on the paragraph and the passage, what conclusion can be made about the use of the bike share program in Lyon, France? So again, you're looking for the main idea, and then the correct answer is going to support that main idea. While it is always wise to look at the graph when answering the question, you could make an educated guess based on the title of the selection and the answer choices. Read the question and title again. See if you can select the correct answer. Use the process of elimination and logic to select the best answer. Take a moment, look at it. Which answers did you eliminate? The title implies that there is going to be a case or argument for a bike share program in New York City. Therefore, you can infer the main idea will have something to do with the benefits of a bike share program. If something is arguing for a bike share program, you can eliminate answers C and D. These answers argue against a bike share program because they indicate more inconveniences. You can also eliminate B as an answer because a bike share would reduce the amount of personal bikes, not increase the use, because people would be sharing bikes. This is a bike share. Therefore, A is the only possible answer. A bike share would reduce car use. Furthermore, it is the only answer that supports the inferred main idea of the selection, that New York City needs a bike share program. Of course, during the exam, you would have read the passage, so you would certainly get this one correct. So here is your test tip. If you find the graph or chart confusing, go back to the answer options and select the answer that best summarizes or supports the main idea of the passage. Don't panic, just stop and think. And how should you think? Think like a test maker. Now it's your turn. Test your knowledge of these tricks by creating your own test answers. The questions and the correct answers have been provided for you. Your task is to think like a test maker and create good wrong answers. Read the passage below and then formulate your wrong answers. We have helped you begin with some of the answers. Once you have created your answers, you can discuss it with me. Obviously, you don't have a partner at home. Sorry. Begin by reading the passage below. You're going to be writing 3 test questions. City life versus small town living. Do you consider yourself a city slicker? Do you like big lights and busy streets? Or do you prefer the sound of crickets chirping in the evening and the slow pace of a quiet town? Choosing the perfect place to settle depends on the lifestyle you choose. While there are similarities to both types of towns, there are also many differences. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, exemplifies the benefits of big city living. Whether you enjoy visiting museums, exploring historic attractions, or indulging in delicious cuisine, there is always something to do around town. Places like the Philadelphia Museum of Art showcase many different contemporary and traditional artistic collections. With over 227,000 pieces in the collection, the museum offers city dwellers many opportunities for art appreciation. The Franklin Institute, named in honor of Benjamin Franklin, is a fun, interactive museum to visit. While there, you can stroll through a human heart that is 15,000 times life-size, or tour the inside of an actual airplane. If you're a history buff, you'll appreciate the city's many historic attractions that offer a glimpse into the history of democracy. The Liberty Bell exhibit is a popular destination and provides an opportunity to get an up-close view of an iconic American artifact. While in town, you could also visit the Betsy Ross House and enter into a great flag debate. As the day comes to a close, prepare to satisfy your appetite at one of the city's many restaurants. Philadelphia boasts some of the region's finest culinary destinations, like Laurel with Top Chef winner Nicholas Elney. If you prefer to take more of a casual route, be sure to stop by Pat's Steaks for the traditional Philly cheesesteak. With all of these options, Philadelphia has something to offer everyone and is an excellent place to call home. Nestled in the Cumberland Valley, next to the Appalachian Mountains, the small town of Chambersburg was first settled by Benjamin Chambers, who started a grist mill and sawmill, by then 26-foot-high waterfall, where Falling Spring Creek joined the Conococheague Creek. I can't pronounce that. The settlement was known as Falling Spring, and the same streams still run through the center of town today. Full of history, Chambersburg offers a variety of recreational options. If you love the outdoors, the surrounding woods and mountains offer outstanding opportunities for hunting and fishing. Caledonia State Park hosts a section of the famous Appalachian Trail, ideal for hikers or wildlife watchers. For history buffs, Chambersburg offers many historic locations. Daily, you can visit the Franklin County Jail, known to locals as the Old Jail, built in 1818. The John Brown House, where famous abolitionist John Brown lived while preparing for his raid on Harper's Ferry. And Wilson College, founded in 1869 as one of America's early all-women's liberal arts colleges. Today, the town claims over 20,000 residents, but despite its growing population, this beautiful town still has the best of what small-town America offers. First, author's purpose and main idea. Complete the multiple choice question about author's purpose. Notice that the correct answer is already filled in. If you need to refer to the test strips on page 51, you can for help. So what is the author's purpose in writing the passage? Let's come up with some wrong answers. Maybe to convince readers of reasons why they should move to a big city. We know that that's wrong because the article is about so much more than that. Maybe to describe all of the various beautiful aspects of small town living. Well, we know that's not true because they talk about big city living as well. To persuade that city life is preferable to small town living, I didn't see any language in there that was persuading me to change my opinion. The correct answer then is to compare the differences between life in a small town and life in a big city. That absolutely was going on. What about fact versus opinion? Fill in the right answer and 3 good wrong answers to this fact versus opinion question. We know that statements that contain opinion are statements that cannot be proven to be true or false. So let's write 3 sentences about the passage that are giving facts, things that we can prove. The Philadelphia Museum of Art contains over 227,000 pieces in the collection. Yes, that was in the passage. We know that that's true. It's not an opinion, so it's a wrong answer. Philadelphia is home to the Liberty Bell. Again, that's a fact. Philadelphia is known as the city of brotherly love. That's a fact. None of these statements are opinion, but we need to write a statement that contains an opinion because there needs to be at least one correct answer choice. Philadelphia is an excellent place to call home. Well, yes, it does say that Philadelphia is an excellent place to call home in the passage. This is a statement of opinion. Not everyone is going to agree. Headings, graphs, and charts. The chart below, on the next slide, is like the one you may see next to a reading passage on an exam. The correct answer, which is also the main idea of the passage, has been provided for you. Your job is to create 3 good wrong answers. We have provided clues to help you. These are the same things test makers think about when formulating distractors. Also notice how these distractors could serve as supporting details, but would not be the main idea. So your question is, based on the information in the chart and the passage, what conclusion can be made regarding living in either a big city or a small town? Take a look. It's giving you information about how much outdoor versus indoor activity is available and how many citizens live in each town. The correct answer here, while activities differ from a small town to a big city, both locations offer opportunities for people to enrich their lives. Your task here is to provide an answer that refers to only small town living, one that refers to only city living, and then an opinion statement that refers to either big or small town living.